It is my honor and privilege to bring back onto the line Pam Goodwin. She is the founder of Goodwin Commercial, based in Dallas, Texas, which is a boutique commercial real estate firm specializing in developing retail restaurant pad sites such as Walgreens or McDonald's, a brokerage and investment sales and consulting services all under one roof. She's originally from Omaha. She graduated from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. She's a best-selling author, speaker, coach, member, and contributor with Forbes Real Estate Council. And while she isn't working, she enjoys traveling to the beach, staying fit. She's a basketball mom, and she loves to spend time with her family and her friends. You can find more about her at pamgoodwin.com, and definitely follow her on LinkedIn and on Twitter. She has quite the social media following. Pam, welcome back to 10 Minute Mindset.
Hi, thanks again for having me back.
It's great to have you. I had so much fun chatting with you yesterday. I mean, we had such a great conversation, and I'm excited to pick it up today. So let's just dive right into it. What do you say?
I'm ready.
Okay, that's good. So one of the things that we chatted about briefly yesterday that we mentioned is that you have quite the following on social media. You have over 40,000 Twitter followers, and then if you add your LinkedIn, you're maxed out on LinkedIn, over 30,000 connections, but people can still follow you. And when you add everything together, you're coming up on the six-figure mark, and that's no small feat, especially in today's day and age of social media. Can you give us some insight and some maybe advice or thoughts or ideas about networking, both on and offline, when it comes to, amassing social media followers, creating that engagement, and then also offline networking? Because I know that you're a master at that as well.
I know. I feel like I was probably halfway shy kid to a degree. And now networking is something that I completely, really enjoy doing, both, as you said, online and offline. I'm actually going to a networking event here shortly. And one of the key things I think to a successful networking is that what I always do is always show up early. So try to show up at least 15 minutes before the events. Try to sit up front, because at that time you'll actually get to meet the people that are putting on the production. You'll typically get to meet the speakers and exchange business cards. And, that's just a great way to really meet people. And then when you're at that event, always, if you take a picture with the main speaker of the event, for example, I recently did that with Mel Robbins, if you know her. She's become a huge success today, but when she was in Dallas, I had attended the event early and was able to get my picture taken with her. And then I posted it all over social media. And so people know what you're doing. And it's just a great thing to do. So always show up early at networking events.
Now, as a speaker, because I know that's something you do as well, when you're speaking at an event, because of your philosophy to show up early and mingle and try to meet the speakers and such, do you make it a point to go out and meet the people that get there early as the speaker?
I always do. I'm always an early person. People know that about me. So if you're meeting with me for lunch, I'm always early. So even when I'm speaking, I really get to try to know the audience, because if I'm talking about a certain subject, I'll either have them come up or go and meet with them, but I feel like, really trying to find out why they're there, so I can even incorporate that into my own when I'm speaking primarily on how to invest in commercial real estate.
What's your favorite topic to speak about?
I speak on commercial real estate 101 and how to invest in commercial real estate. Most people have the fear that I always hear the number one reason that they don't invest is because they don't have the knowledge or they don't have the money, which to me are the money on the deal is always by far the easiest thing to get. And knowledge, there's just a wealth of knowledge out there in the real estate sector, from taking classes. But I like to teach on really how to get started and how to make money and have that cash flow. As they say, 90% of the millionaires became through, real estate, investing in real estate. So showing them exactly different ways on how to make money and how to find the money.
When you started, did you know that speaking was something that you were going to want to do? Or was it something that just happened and then you realized, wow, I kind of like this?
Yeah, it really just happened. And I've been following a lot of people. But it was probably about 6 years ago that I had the great opportunity to meet the famous Mr. Zig Ziglar. He's based here in town. And when I met with him, he came up to me and said, or I mean, I came up to him, I should say, and he put his arm around me and he's like, "Have you written a book yet?" And I said, "No, I haven't, but I want to." He says, "If you write a book, it will give you so much credibility." So I took Zig Ziglar's advice, and it was always in the back of my mind. And I ended up writing my first book. And writing that book really has led off to being able to speak at different events. It was one of the best things that I have ever done, is to write a book.
I would say if Zig Ziglar gives you advice, that's advice you should take.
Right.
So I think you did the wise thing. Tell us a little bit about your books. How many books have you written to date?
So to date, 2 books, 1 cent lemonade to $1 million deals, 25 jobs, 25 lessons I've had. And I had the wonderful endorsement from Barbara Corcoran of Shark Tank, because I feel like she's my idol in the real estate world. So I reached out to her. I took a chance and asked if she would read my book and do a testimonial. And sure enough, she did. I had the opportunity to fly up and meet with her for an hour at her New York office. So I wrote that book. And then if you think one book is too much for yourself, which it's not, but I put together with 17 other women in commercial real estate, each one of us wrote one chapter, and that's Winning Ways in Commercial Real Estate. And that became a #1 bestseller on Amazon. And then I have an audio program, 4 CDs on, one deal and making $1 million on one deal. And that's an audio program.
Great. Let's go back to the Barbara Corcoran thing just for a minute, because, you took a chance and you didn't know her, right? Correct? Before you reached out to her about the book. So you just kind of reached out. Now, take me through that process, because there's a lot of people out there that do, they'll write a book or create something and they think, man, so-and-so is my idol. I wish they would see it. But they think, oh, they don't care about me, or they'll never see me. So they don't even take the chance. Like you said, yesterday we talked about going big. So you decided at that point to go big, and it paid dividends. So give us just a little bit of insight into the process, how that took shape, and how, you really made that happen. Because that's a big thing. I mean, not that Barbara is far and above everyone else or anything like that, but she's a big name. And to be able to reach out to her and get her to spend some time with you and, give you that endorsement, that's an accomplishment in and of itself. And it never would have happened if you didn't step out in faith and make the move and take action to do that. So kind of walk us through your thought process and the process that unfolded as that happened.
As I mentioned just briefly, I have always liked Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank, and really her real estate endeavors, how she went from being a D student, dyslexia, everything she had, to selling her business for $65 million. So I thought, I love this lady. How can I reach out to her? So I just hopped on her website and found out where to contact her, and reached out to her assistant, Gail, and just let Gail know why I wanted to meet with her. And I had 3 reasons I wanted to meet with her. And so after Gail vetted me through Barbara, she's like, "Sure, Barbara will meet with you." It was first, a fee. But she said she'll give you 1 hour if you want to fly up to her New York office. And I hopped on it and took advantage of it and flew up there, met with her one-on-one. We went over the 3 items, and it was an incredible experience. And it was so nice. But Barbara ended up giving me 2 hours and ordered lunch and ordered a bottle of wine. So we had so much fun. And if you want to meet someone, just reach out to them. On all the social media today, it's an incredible way to meet people. Reach out to the person that you look up to and ask if they'll meet with you, and try to do something in return. If people want to, meet with me, not that I expect anything in return, but you can offer something besides, I just want to be your mentor. And don't ever use the words pick your brain. So, if anybody wants to pick my brain, it ought to, it's just something that, you have to kind of phrase it in a different way. Don't use the pick your brain, because my pick your brain now comes with a fee these days. So.
That's, having you on 10-Minute Mindset. I just reached out to you. I saw you on social media. I reached out. We had a couple conversations, and here you are. So, I mean, it's kind of the same thing, right? It's just you have to put yourself out there. You have to take a chance and see where that unfolds. But if you have a plan and you have a good reason for wanting to do it, and it brings value to both parties, then chances are very good that it's going to happen. especially even with someone like Barbara from Shark Tank. So I just wanted to, that's a real life example of you going big, like we talked about in yesterday's episode, and you walking the walk. So I wanted to put that out for people so they know that, you practice what you preach, and it's just the things that you've been able to accomplish in your career are amazing. You're growing fast. You're building this huge commercial real estate empire. You're speaking, you're coaching, you're an author, and it's just been so great to have you on the show the past couple of days. So I want to thank you for your time. I know how valuable it is. I know you have a networking event to get to, so we're going to wrap this up. And before we do that, though, Pam, I want to give you the last word. So whatever you want to leave the audience with, by all means, the floor is yours.
All right. Thanks again for having me. And as we talked about, you definitely have to go big. Stop thinking small. Reach out to the people that you really want to reach out to, and reach out to me. I'm on LinkedIn, Pamela Goodwin. You'll see a star. Also, feel free to email me at pam@pamgoodwin.com. Go to my website, pamgoodwin.com.
Pam Goodwin, ladies and gentlemen, go connect with her, pamgoodwin.com, as you just heard. And don't forget to connect with us, 10minutemindset.com. Join the Facebook group, subscribe to the podcast, and we'll talk to you tomorrow on a brand new 10-Minute Mindset.